Good morning, children. Welcome to our social science class. And today we will continue history revision, chapter 5, the creation of an empire. And today's topics will be, as in the previous turn so far, we have completed the revision about who were the Mughals and Babur and Humayun. And also we have completed the revision of case study about Akbar. Okay, children. Now, as we go further, today's topics are, first topic is we will be revising about Jahangir, and who was also known as Salim. His name was also Salim, and he was son of Akbar. Okay, children. Second point, we will be revising about Jahangir's reign in detail from AD 1605 to AD 1627. Okay, children. The next topic will be major events of Jahangir's reign. Okay, what were his major events? Now, among his major events, we will be revising about the first event, execution of Guru Arjan Dev in AD 1606. Okay, children. Next major event, his conquests. We will be revising about Jahangir's conquests. Third major event was his marriage. He married Noor Jahan. So we will be learning about Noor Jahan also. And then the fourth major event of Jahangir's reign was European traders. Okay. And in detail about them. Then after Jahangir's reign, that was from AD 1605 to AD 1627, the next ruler was Shah Jahan, and he was son of Jahangir. Okay, children. The fourth point will be Shah Jahan, son of Jahangir. Okay. Ruled from AD 1628 to AD 1658. Then now we will be learning in detail about Shah Jahan's conquests. Okay, children. And then finally, War of Succession. The last topic for today will be War of Succession. So, children, these are the topics we are going to revise on today in History Revision, Chapter 5, the creation of an empire. The first ruler, that will be Jahangir Salim, son of Akbar. Jahangir's reign, AD 1605 to AD 1627. Major events of Jahangir's reign. These were, first one was execution of Guru Arjan Dev in 1606. Second, all his conquests we will be learning about. Then about Noor Jahan. Next is European traders. And fourth is Shah Jahan, son of Jahangir, AD 1628 to AD 1658. And all conquests of Shah Jahan, and then finally War of Succession. So children, I will be sharing the screen with you all, and all of y'all please pay attention and be ready to revise. So here children, we are on History Revision Chapter 5, the creation of an empire. And we have done all these topics. Who were the Mongols? Babur, who ruled from 1526 to AD 1530. Humayun, who ruled from 1530 then to AD 1540 and AD 1555 to AD 1556. Then we also learnt about Sher Shah Suri, AD 1540 to AD 1545. And also we learnt in case study in detail about Akbar's reign from 1556 to AD 1605. And today's topic, we are going to revise, that is about Jahangir's reign from AD 1605 to AD 1627. So children, during Akbar's reign, Akbar's eldest son, his name was Salim, he was named Salim, had rebelled and set himself up as an independent ruler at Allahabad. Okay children. So Jahangir, who was Jahangir? Jahangir was Akbar's eldest son. And he rebelled and set himself up as an independent ruler at Allahabad. Okay children. Akbar became seriously ill in AD 1604 and soon father and son gave up their quarrel. So you understood children, when he declared himself an independent ruler at Allahabad, his father Akbar was seriously ill in 1604, and finally both the father and son, they forgot about their quarrels. And then what happened? Akbar named Salim his successor. And the next year in AD 1605, Akbar died. Okay, the emperor died. And Salim took the name of Jahangir and his reign began in AD 1605. Okay children. Now we will be reading about the major events of Jahangir's reign. Now the first major event which took place, that was execution of Guru Arjan Dev in AD 1606. Guru Arjan Dev was the fifth Sikh Guru. He had given shelter to Prince Khusro, son of Jahangir, who had revolted against his father. Then what happened? The Guru was asked to pay a fine of rupees 2 lakhs. On his refusal to pay the fine, what did happen? The Guru refused to pay the fine and Guru was tortured and the Guru became a martyr. This cruel act marked the beginning of bitter relations between the Sikhs and the Mughals. So the Sikhs and Mughals, after Guru Arjan Dev became a martyr, their relations became bitter. Whose relations became bitter? Sikhs and the Mughals. Now we come to the second major event, that is the Jahangir's conquests. What were his conquests? Mewar, which Akbar could not subdue, was brought under control by Prince Khurram, son of Jahangir, in AD 1605. Okay, children. And the next, Jahangir completed the task left, which was unfinished by Akbar in Deccan. So whatever Akbar could not conquer, Jahangir managed to do it, and in AD 1616, Prince Khurram, personally commanding the Mughal forces, conquered the Ahmednagar fort. And for this victory, Prince Khurram was conferred title of Shah Jahan, Lord of the World, by Jahangir. So children, now you know Shah Jahan was the son of Jahangir, and he was conferred the title by Jahangir, and this title was Shah Jahan, Lord of the World. Why? The reason was that in AD 1616, Prince Khurram, personally commanding the Mughal forces, he conquered the Ahmednagar fort. And for this victory, he was conferred the title Shah Jahan. Now we come to the next major event of Jahangir's reign, that is his marriage with Noor Jahan. Noor Jahan was an ambitious lady. Okay, children. Jahangir had married Noor Jahan. Her real name was Mehrun Nisa. Okay. In AD 1611. So Jahangir married Noor Jahan in AD 1611. Who was Noor Jahan? Noor Jahan was the widow of a Persian nobleman who had earlier been put to death for treason, for betraying. Okay, children. Then Noor Jahan, as I told you all, that she was an ambitious lady, and gradually she took control of the entire administration in her hands. Her father and brother became prominent nobles at the court. Who? Noor Jahan's father and Noor Jahan's brother. Then what happened? Jahangir used to take her advice on all important matters. And then she wanted her son-in-law, Prince Shahryar, to succeed Jahangir. Finally, Jahangir died in AD 1627. And his son Shah Jahan, the governor of Deccan at that time, marched to the capital Agra, and he became the emperor in AD 1628. Okay, children. Now we come to the next topic, that is European traders. Now, how do we come to know about Jahangir's reign? So here are some sources. That time the East India Company had been formed in England in which year? AD 1600, to trade with India. So as you know, the Britishers came as traders into a country, and they set up East India Company in AD 1600. Then further in AD 1615, Sir Thomas Roe, who came to India? Sir Thomas Roe was sent to India as an ambassador of the British King. So the English were permitted to open a factory at Surat, and Sir Thomas Roe has left behind an interesting account of Jahangir's court. Okay, children. And also Jahangir's court, these people were there, and Sir Thomas Roe has left behind an interesting account of Jahangir's court. Okay, children. And Jahangir also completed Akbar's tomb at Sikandara. He built many monuments. So here he completed Akbar's tomb at Sikandara, and during his reign Noor Jahan also built the tomb of her father Etmaud Dola. Okay, and it was built of white marble. Now we take the next topic. This was all about Jahangir's reign. Okay, children, we have learnt all about Jahangir's reign 1605 to AD 1627. And now we further have the next topic, that is Shah Jahan, the son of Jahangir. Okay, children. He ruled from AD 1628 to AD 1658. So we can say almost he ruled for, say, 30 years. Now Shah Jahan was a very kind ruler. Okay, children. And his reign was generally peaceful. Now we will be learning in detail about his conquests of Shah Jahan. Ahmednagar, Bijapur and Golconda, these three kingdoms in Deccan had been a source of trouble for the Mughals. So what did Shah Jahan do? After annexing Ahmednagar in AD 1632, the emperor, means Shah Jahan, asked the states of Bijapur and Golconda to submit to the Mughal authority. Then what happened? The ruler of Golconda submitted, but military action was needed to bring Bijapur into submission. Then further, in northwest, the Mughals had suffered some reverses after Akbar's death. Which area? In northwest part of our country, the Mughals had suffered some reverses after Akbar's death. Then what happened? Shah Jahan was able to recover Kandahar, but the Mughals could not retain it for long. And finally, the Shah of Iran captured it again in AD 1649. The campaigns to recover Kandahar failed, and Kandahar was lost by the Mughals forever. Okay, children. So this was all about in detail. We have learnt about son of Jahangir, Shah Jahan. Okay, children. And now further, as we learn some more information about Shah Jahan, that is that Shah Jahan also was a great builder, and he was often called the engineer king. You know, children, Shah Jahan was known as the engineer king. Why? Because Mughal architecture reached its climax during his reign. Okay, children. So he was also called the engineer king. And the main sources of information about the great monuments built by Shah Jahan are the Badshah Nama written by Abdul Hamid Lahori, a court historian, and the travel accounts of Tavernier who visited India between AD 1638 and AD 1668. Okay, children. And Shah Jahan's reign is considered as the golden age of Mughal architecture. Which age? Shah Jahan's age is known as the golden age of Mughal architecture. And some of the buildings built by Shah Jahan are the Red Fort of Delhi and its Diwan-e-Aam and Diwan-e-Khas, the Jama Masjid in Delhi and the Moti Masjid at Agra. So we must know that the Red Fort of Delhi is built by Shah Jahan, and the most famous of them, he built so many buildings, monuments, Red Fort at Delhi and also Moti Masjid at Agra. But the famous of them are, which is the most famous building, that is the Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal at Agra has been described as a dream in marble. It is purely Persian in style but Indian in spirit. Okay, children. And this monument is considered one of the 7 wonders of the world. Taj Mahal was built on the banks of river Yamuna by Shah Jahan in memory of his wife Mumtaz Mahal. Okay, children. And it was designed and completed by Ustad Isa. It took 22 years to complete and cost rupees 3 crores. More than 20,000 workers were employed for Taj Mahal's construction. It is made entirely of marble brought from Makrana in Rajasthan. So all the marble stone had gone from our state Rajasthan, and it stands on a huge platform and has a bulbous dome which looks like an inverted lotus. Okay, children. There are 4 smaller domes at the 4 corners of the building, and the outer walls and the interior walls are richly decorated with calligraphy. The precious stones and various other materials that were used for decorating the monument came from different countries. It attracts large number of tourists from all parts of the country as well as outside India. So, we must know that Taj Mahal monument is considered one of the 7 wonders of the world, which is in India. Now, children, we also should know that who built the Red Fort at Delhi, that is Shah Jahan, the engineer king he was called. So, now about Red Fort, the construction of Diwan-e-Aam or the hall of public audience. Okay, children, in the Red Fort was commenced by Shah Jahan but completed by Aurangzeb. It is mainly made of marble. It was here that the emperor listened to the public petitions and met the officials. Means all the public requests, public problems, he used to listen to the people's problem and he used to sort out their problems, and he used to give orders to his officials to complete the work. Diwan-e-Khas, which is also known as a hall for private audience. Inside the Red Fort was a remarkable building. It was here that the famous peacock throne made of solid gold was placed, and the figure of peacock set with precious stones topped the canopy of the throne. Okay, children. And then behind the imperial throne there was Pictura Dura, which means pictorial mosaic work using semi-precious stones. The picture was that of the Greek god Orpheus playing the lute. And this god could charm wild beasts with the beauty of his singing. The idea was that king's justice could bring peace and harmony in the country. An inscription on the wall of Diwan-e-Khas. So in the Red Fort, there is a big hall which is known as Diwan-e-Khas. Diwan-e-Khas in English, hall of private audience. So here it is written in an inscription that if there is heaven on earth, it is here, it is here, it is here. That means this made one to believe that peace and prosperity prevailed throughout the empire during Shah Jahan's reign, who ruled from AD 1628 to AD 1658. And he was a very kind ruler, and that's how his reign was generally very peaceful. Now the next monument he built, that was Jama Masjid in Delhi. So Shah Jahan also built Jama Masjid in Delhi, and it is one of the most elegant monuments of its kind. So children, we have also learnt about Shah Jahan's monument which he built, and mainly the famous ones are, as I told you, that these are the Red Fort in Delhi, Taj Mahal in Agra, and Moti Masjid at Agra, and also Jama Masjid at Delhi. So now children, we go to the next topic, that is War of Succession. Okay children, so we have our last topic, War of Succession. So what happened further? What happened next when Kandahar was lost by the Mughals forever? Shah Jahan was taken seriously ill in AD 1657. Shah Jahan was very ill. And once he was seriously ill, what happened? A war of succession began among the four brothers. These four brothers were Aurangzeb, Dara Shikoh, Murad and Shuja. They started fighting for the throne. And then finally what happened? Aurangzeb emerged victorious. And what did he do? He imprisoned his father Shah Jahan. So children, you understood what happened? Aurangzeb, Dara Shikoh, Murad and Shuja. These were the four brothers, and they were all sons of Shah Jahan. And once Shah Jahan became seriously ill, they started fighting for the throne, to become the ruler, to become the emperor. And finally, out of these four brothers, Aurangzeb emerged victorious. And what did he do? He imprisoned his father Shah Jahan at the Agra fort. in AD 1658. And after that, he declared himself the Emperor of India. So, Aurangzeb, son of Shah Jahan, imprisoned his father Shah Jahan at the Agra fort in AD 1658 and declared himself the Emperor of India. Later on, Shah Jahan, while he was imprisoned at the Agra fort, he died in AD 1666. Okay, children. So, this was all about Shah Jahan's reign, which almost he ruled for 30 years from AD 1628 to AD 1658. Okay, children. Now, I hope you have followed the topics very well. Thank you for watching. This is all for today. See you in the next class. Till then, take care and have a nice day ahead.